Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kim aka Lego Artisan. In this video, we have the Locanda MOC that was inspired by a French set, which was sort of like an Italian restaurant, and it was just a small set that was released back in 2020, I think. I made this MOC about almost probably a year ago, and I've done so many little modifications on it that it's not the same as what it was when I originally designed it, but the overall aspect or theme for it, especially the layout, remains the same. So without further ado, let's get started with the overview of La Locanda. The first thing that you would notice in our modular building is its unusual layout, wherein even though it's not a corner building, it still has that feeling that it is, wherein you have this wide open area in almost two sides, and then you have the modular building all the way up to the edge of the base plate. This is because I intended to utilize all the space that we had in a 32 by 32 base plate. Usually, modular buildings would be really big in front, like here, and then they would have empty spaces at the back where they don't usually have any other details. So why not use that space in front, move the modular building all the way back, and then have lots of opportunities to make scenes and add more details to our Lego modular building. So that's the main inspiration for doing this in the La Locanda MOC. Like most of the modular buildings that I create, I usually have 2 to 3 different businesses or establishments in a single modular building. That's because I want to create a diverse and dense modular building showcasing different scenes that you might see in real life without having to create such a big modular building for each one and then only to waste that space in your Lego town. So as you can see here now, we have a restaurant on the ground floor, a really nice one, well laid out, with the stairs leading up to outside seating that has these grape vines on top of the trellis, and it really showcases the different layout that you wouldn't normally see in a modular building that we have with the official sets. And then further at the back here, you have sort of a living space or a house for the owner of the restaurant. So this one ends up being their house. On this side, you have a scooter shop where people can rent or buy scooters, as well as helmets and other gears used for upgrading or fixing their scooters. And then here we have a small wine distillery where people can buy small amount of beverages, and then they could also be used by the restaurant owner for their business. So it's sort of like what you would see in a European country, especially in Italy, where you have different houses or different establishments all working and meshing together to create a tourist spot for the local tourists or foreign tourists. So for the detailing of this one, I really took inspiration from the set that came out back in 2020, where they have this roofing style and this color scheme of medium nougat with a bit of white and then bright light yellow. I took it all the way here as well on the upper levels, where I used yellow, white, and bright light yellow so that it would complement the building downstairs. But as a difference, I ended up using light gray, dark gray, white, and a bit of dark tan to showcase some additional details for the remainder of the building. This is so that the building doesn't look too bright, where people would think, oh, it's too much like a Friends set and might not combine well with the other modular buildings. So it's a mixture and a balance of the usual colors that we see in a modular building and something different, something that the official sets don't usually have in their color scheme. On a side note, I got this 3D sign idea from guess who? That's right, Robin Hood Bricks. Yes, he's a big inspiration in this channel, and if you haven't seen him or his videos, please check him out. He does really nice MOCs and modifications for his very special Lego City. Anyway, getting back to the modular building that we have here, we'll go on each level now to showcase and do an overview of the interior. We start the interior with the kitchen, where you have there a stove, kitchen sink, some plates, a pan, and then some food that's being prepared for the customers. And then you have here some spices on the shelf. And then on the other side, you have some more tools. And then you also have the refrigerator. It's very basic but very detailed in the same way that even though it's just a square area, you get to use a lot of pieces to make up the details. On this side, you have the buffet, where you have some salad, bread, some vinaigrette, some cookies, strawberries, and all sorts, and it's presented in a really nice way that's similar to what was included in the official Lego set, but added with a few more details. And then you have here dining area. You have 2 tables with someone eating pasta, strawberries, and then having a drink. Also, to save space, I've put in the toilet just underneath the stairs. Oops. It's very hard to see there, but you have a toilet bowl there and some tissue, and then here you have the sink. The really nice thing I like about this one is the window style that I used. It's very high, but it still looks classy and it matches well with the layout of the building. So this one is a unique layout for a restaurant, but I think it works. And the color scheme all match up to make it look nice, classy, and homey. On this side, it's a very simple, detailed area where you have the cash register, a cash, and then you have some helmets and some gears for the motorcycle or the motorbike. And then you have the stairs that lead up to the next level. So this is our interior for the ground floor of La Locanda. And again, looking at how the layout is, the area for the modular building interior is really big, and you still get to utilize a lot of space outside for different scenes. So I think it works well to be able to utilize the whole base plate for a single modular building. On the next level, we have the wine distillery, and this is sort of the inspiration that I got from watching videos for wine or beer distillery. And then here are some different wines that have been distilled, as well as here fermenting. I hope that's the right term. Anyway, for the wine enthusiasts, or I hope this is somewhere close to what an actual distillery looks like, but even if it's not, I think I like it as well because of the small details that make it look very nice. On this side, we have a small living space where we have the kitchen, some food and condiments on the shelf, the table and the chairs, and then the sofa where you have a small fireplace on the other side. This is now very different to what the design was originally intended for when I created this MOC, and it's evolved over time depending on the parts that I got, as well as some ideas that I got after I designed the building. So if you're also doing MOCs, even if they're originally yours, or if you purchased the instructions from another designer, don't be worried if you're getting ideas and you think that you can improve it by putting your personal touches on it, because at the end of the day it becomes your own MOC if you modify it and if you put more details to it or change the purpose of the building. So again, like I would say, don't focus on what it should be, imagine what it can be. And that's one of the ways that you could improve your mocking skills. Anyway, let's go back and look at the upper level. Now the top level opens up in a different way, where you can remove the wall at the back and have a view of the bedroom, where you have here a desk with a note and some pens, a lamp, and then an alarm clock, and then the bed itself. And then the stairs here, or actually in this case ladder, is on this side. So it's not too complicated or too elaborate on this part, but we could always add some more details over there, and then maybe a carpet or a rug here, and maybe here a small table. So even though it's small space, you can still even add more details to it if and when you want to. The great thing about MOCs is just that you don't have to get tied up with the instructions that you get, and you can always add more to it. And there we have it, our Locanda MOC. I'm really happy with how this one turned out, especially considering that it's gone through different changes and improvements over the past months. This should give you an idea, or hopefully this should give you some ideas on your own MOCs, or if you already have this one, I hope it gives you some ideas on how to improve yours further than what it was originally intended for. And I would like to remind you that this one came from a very small Friends theme set that was less than 1,000 pieces overall. And using our imagination, we came up with this one. So just imagine using this as an example when you see another small MOC and you see that there's potential to it. Try to think of ways to improve it, turn it modular or not, and then make it better. That's it for our overview of Locanda. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. I don't have to tell you every time. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your day and keep on building, keep on imagining new things, keep on trying new MOCs, and just have fun. Bye!